Alright, here we go, back with, here's part 2 of the Link's Awakening remake that I'm posting. On my way to the Battle Grotto right now. I'm trying to rescue the chain chomp. Alright. Now this was... I mean, in the Game Boy one, this was kind of an annoying part, and this one's really not so bad. But nothing in here was set up to be super difficult anyway. I mean, this guy is just ridiculously easy. Like, I would have gotten him if I didn't just charge right in. I forget that. Yeah. Forgetting that I've got to let him stun himself before I can actually attack him. Yeah, a lot of this stuff you couldn't really do very well. I mean, yeah, if you just equipped the feather with the sword, then you'd have been fine. But I think in the original version I didn't, so I just had to keep switching stuff back and forth, or I was just trying to dodge him. And yay, there, I got my Bow Wow. Well, the ladies' Bow Wow. I love the little details they put on the walls here. That rope just going all the way through, that's supposed to be holding up the sconces, and is probably like, holding up the supports, or, providing more support to the supports. Here's our owl. Yeah, because I gotta use the chain chomp in order to get through the swamp. Because you gotta eat the flowers that are in the way. And yeah, hard cut. Oh well. As I said, I'm still gonna edit through a lot of these areas that I've visited multiple times, because there's not really a whole lot of point. I mean, thankfully with the remake itself, there's really eliminates a lot of the backtracking you gotta do, mostly due to the additional warp points that you now get. I am annoyed that those things basically do come back, though. Like, even on the Game Boy one, when you revisit that swamp, all those items come back, and then you no longer have something that can get rid of them. Nice. Alrighty. The item, what's the item that you get in this dungeon? Oh, power bracelet. This is one of the areas where not having the doors locked behind you every single time you exit and come back really helped out a lot. This dungeon's very key heavy. Yeah, more keys. Thankfully, I don't think I screwed this one up nearly as much as I usually do with some of those. Best way to deal with those guys, back swipes. Because they will mimic your exact movements. More secrets to find. Alright. Alrighty. Unfortunately, there really wasn't anything interesting in this room. Oh yeah, except for him. Yeah, this is where the enhancements actually really took place. Some of the sub-bosses can actually hurt you this time. The Hinox will now just charge at you and attack you with whatever it's got. Which, you know, that's just lifting you up and throwing you. Still does a decent amount of damage, though. I am annoyed that your sword will no longer reach through those blocks. Like with your charge attack, your sword no longer reaches through those. Alright, got my map. I don't think we've seen those black hole things pop up in any other Zelda games, really. In my headcanon, there's one of those stuck inside the Gust jar, and that's why it's powerful like that. Alrighty. Now we're gonna make some headway. Yeah, here's another thing that I noticed when I was going through that is, you know, different from the other game. Throwing bottles into other bottles actually breaks the other bottles. And sometimes they put those beetles in really weird positions. I think that's the first time we've seen the Pole's voice enemies so far in this game. And it's the second dungeon, so that makes sense. Yeah, no boss key yet, so there's no point in going there. Now, for the life of me, I had a hard time trying to remember which order I was supposed to kill these guys in. Because you have to kill them in a very specific order in order to get your key. And I might have tried that room a couple of times. Because for the life of me, I could not remember what it was. And I had to check the map here. I actually really like the improvements, like even just the overall visual improvements that they did there. Everything just looks nicer, and there's so much less to have to navigate. And it still keeps the same. If you stomp on Goombas, they give you hearts. Whereas if you just hit them with your sword, they have a chance to give you a rupee. They don't always give you rupees. But there's so many opportunities to get rupees anyway in this game that it really doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know why I don't go through there. Go through the portal. There. Yeah, because I was going back towards the entrance because there's the chest at the entrance, even though I think all it really has is rupees. Yep. And thankfully, when you upgrade the sword, it then gains the ability to just smash bottles on its own. Yeah, I never did go through that area. And I kept forgetting about those stupid blades right there. And unfortunately, that does nothing. Yep, the stone beak, which I don't need in any way, shape, or form at this point. And right now, I guess I'm just hoping that I get some hearts, so I'm down to half. There we go. So I'm about to go fight the boss, which is the genie. I don't know why, for some reason I just could not hit this stupid thing. Alright, boss time. Now, I don't know what was up with me during this boss fight. For some reason, I just could not figure out his pattern. I eventually did on one of the many, many times I refought him doing the Dungeon Master, or the Chamber Dungeon mode. Yeah, except I'm breaking your bottle, douchebag. Yeah, I always got hit by that last fireball. Until the chamber dungeons where I figured out the best way to avoid them. There we go. The boss is done. Up to 5 heart containers now. Ready to move on to dungeon number 3. Though I probably do have a couple things I want to grab before that. Namely this. Man, I don't know why I'm so tired tonight. I've been trying to do this all day. It's midnight right now. I've been trying to do this for 8 hours, and I just, could not wake up to get it done. Yeah, hard cut. Because there's one thing I had to do here, which was finally get that potion, since I could access this area now. This is my cheap way of trying to make sure I don't die throughout this playthrough. Yeah. As I said, I will be making edits when I, just to cut a lot of this filler out, and so that I can really just highlight the stuff that I'm finding as I go through. Like warp points and getting this stuff from the game. But I think after this one, all I did was I didn't show the claw game itself. I just kind of, I picked everything up. Yeah. Not gonna lie, the physics on this thing are kind of annoying. I was certain that thing was gonna fall out. Since somehow everything's just capable of falling out of that claw. Yeah, I cleaned them out. Yeah, instead of getting the heart piece, I decided to go for the shovel instead. I knew I'd need it. And bombs. Can't really have too many bombs. I keep kicking this stand. I need a better spot for this. Yep, and I left myself with 1 rupee. Now I'm up to 6 hearts. And I did not go through and find all 50 seashells. The only thing I was really interested in was getting the upgraded sword, and that was about it. I did, however, get all the pieces of heart. See, I can't hit him through those blocks anymore. It was completely unnecessary to move that, but hey, whatever. Okay, this is about, I believe, where my journey ends for the night. Yeah. I go sit here, I talk to Richard, and, I tell him okay, and then I start heading towards his old castle. And that'll pretty much do it for tonight. I'll get to work on the next one, and I'll see you guys when I post that. Bye-bye, guys.